The Israel-Hamas ceasefire deal was supposed to bring peace and closure, but it's now mired in controversy and heartbreak. Israel has received 2 bodies from Gaza, which Hamas claims are among the hostages held during the conflict. But here's where it gets complicated. These remains, transferred via the Red Cross, are just the latest in a slow and painful process that has left families and the nation in anguish. Before this, only 10 out of 28 deceased hostages had been returned, despite the ceasefire agreement explicitly demanding the release of all hostages, living or dead. And this is the part most people miss. Hamas insists it's struggling to locate the remaining bodies buried under the rubble of Gaza, while Israel accuses them of stalling. The delay has sparked outrage, with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordering the Rafah border crossing, a lifeline for Palestinians needing medical care and those seeking to return home, to remain closed until all hostage remains are returned and the ceasefire terms are fully met. The Rafah crossing isn't just a political pawn, it's a critical artery for thousands of Palestinians. Its closure exacerbates an already dire humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where UN humanitarian chief Tom Fletcher described the region as a wasteland, with residents sifting through debris to find loved ones and what's left of their homes. But here's where it gets controversial. While the US has downplayed the delay as a breach of the ceasefire, the deal President Trump hailed as a triumph during his recent visit to Israel and Egypt, the text of the agreement remains unpublished. A leaked version, however, suggests it accounted for the possibility that not all bodies would be immediately recoverable. Hamas counters that Israel's airstrikes have turned Gaza into rubble, and the refusal to allow heavy machinery into the territory makes recovery nearly impossible. As part of the US brokered deal, Hamas did release all 20 living hostages, and Israel freed 250 Palestinian prisoners and 1,718 detainees from Gaza. Yet, tensions flared again when 11 members of a Palestinian family were killed by an Israeli tank shell on Saturday, the deadliest incident involving Israeli forces since the ceasefire began. The Israeli military claims the strike targeted a suspicious vehicle that crossed the so-called yellow line, a demarcation with no physical markers, leaving many questioning the circumstances. Is this a tragic mistake or a violation of the ceasefire? The BBC has requested coordinates from the IDF to clarify the incident. This conflict traces back to the October 7, 2023 attack, when Hamas-led gunmen killed approximately 1,200 people in southern Israel and took 251 hostages. Since then, Israeli attacks in Gaza have resulted in at least 68,000 deaths, according to the Hamas-run health ministry, whose figures the UN considers reliable. In September, a UN commission accused Israel of committing genocide in Gaza, a claim Israel vehemently denies as distorted and false. What do you think? Is the delay in returning hostage remains a genuine logistical challenge or a deliberate obstruction? And does the Rafah crossing closure unfairly punish Palestinians caught in the middle? Let's discuss in the comments. This is a conversation that needs every voice.